Hey guys, and welcome to my review, first impressions review of Death Note, the TV drama. If you haven't heard, Death Note now has a live-action TV show, which everyone's now dubbing Death Note TV drama. And, whew, boy, do I have opinions on it. Fair warning that these are my opinions alone, and as a dedicated fan who has read all the manga, seen all the live-action movies, watched all the anime, basically read all the novels, I'm really into Death Note. So, I feel like I have a lot of experience to do this review, which is the only reason why I'm doing it. So, if you do not like my opinions, okay. If you like it, cool. If you want to debate something, start a debate in the comments. I love debates, so it should be fun. First, let's start. I have like a little tiny list telling me what to do, and I left it over there. 1 second. Okay. First, I'm going to talk about story. So, if you haven't watched Death Note, watch Death Note. I'm not going to explain the story to you, but to all the Death Note fans who do know the story, it's changed somewhat in the live action. It's very odd. My first impressions after watching episode 1, 2, and 3, which are the only episodes out right now as I film this, in English subbed, mind you, it's interesting. It follows the Death Note formula slightly, which I guess it has to with the characters, but first impression of it is that it seems dumbed down a little, and that's not in a bad way at all. I am actually loving what they're doing right now, and I'll explain that more later, but basically it seems a little dumbed down. Like, they don't have as much intense intellect brain fighting back and forth going on, but it's still very entertaining. But for people who know the old Death Note and manga and stuff, it's a lot of intellectual battle between Light Yagami and L. And while they do have a lot of it here, camera's falling. While they do have a lot of it here, it just kind of seems dumbed down. There's like plot points that are missing. The whole story is very condensed as of right now, which is a bit worrisome because I hope it has more than one season. Praying on that. But everything's really close together. Misa Amane is introduced right away, which doesn't happen in the manga until later. She's kind of kept a secret, which is I was a bit iffy about it, but I was like, okay, open-minded, whatever. And yeah, as of right now, it's following pretty closely to the manga, slightly. There's like a few cool new changes, I guess you could say, that, I don't know, I don't want to, like, spoil a lot of it, which is why I'm being so vague, but it seems very dumbed down a little, which is fine, I think, because, especially if they're trying to attract new audiences and stuff like that, Death Note's really hard to get into because it's a lot of mind work. It is a lot of, inner monologues and just figuring out how these two genius minds work who are both on a totally different level from everyone else in the story. And in this story, it kind of seems like they're a bit above, but they're still really down. It seems more realistic, which I think is pretty cool for a live-action thing. Yeah, and I'll probably talk more about the story as I go, but I'm gonna move on to the next topic, which is characters. This is a good one. The characters are very interesting, and they're basically where either the criticism or the new love comes in for the show. So, first character, Light Yagami. He is... One thing I can say for sure, and that I'm sure everyone will agree on me with, is that he is played... His innocence is played way up in the show. Way, way, way up. Which, at first I didn't like, but now I think it's kind of nice. Because we never got to see a lot of that in the manga. It was very... He was more... I don't want to say introverted, but he wasn't always visibly innocent and cheery all the time in the manga, which he is in the show. And his transition to light in the manga is very subtle, but it's still really cool. But in the TV show, he does like a crazy kind of 180 thing, which is weird. The only issues I have with Light is, as of right now, is that I think it almost seems like he was forced into starting as Kira. The whole rooftop scene with Ryuk, while really cool, it was almost like Ryuk was kind of like pushing him and threatening him and like really didn't want to do it, which is kind of weird because he has a more staggered ambition of justice in this one, which I guess attributes to him being more innocent and all that, but it's very weird. As of right now, I can't see the pure passion in him to want to be Kira yet. Like, I can see him going dark, and Ryuk in the new episode says that he put on his Kira face. I just want to see a bit more of it, a bit more dark of it, but I love how they're having a more slow transition of his innocence. It's really cool. I love the actor. He's actually doing an amazing job. The first episode, I was kind of skeptical, but yeah, he is killing it right now. On to the second most important character, L. Loliot, the detective against Kira. L is probably my favorite character ever of all time. Actually, him and Light are like my favorite characters of all time, but L is just wow. So I was really excited, actually. But then the first episode, I was loving everything about him, but there was something that was not right. Something that I wasn't liking about him, and I wasn't sure what it was. So I watched the second episode, and I watched the second episode with my friend who had come to visit me for the week. And I don't know, I didn't know what it was. I told her, I was like, there's something about L that's kind of like irking me, but I don't know what it is. I do like what the actor's kind of like done with him. Like, he's still really sarcastic. His relationship with Watari is adorable. Watari is killing it in the TV show. He definitely has much more of a character, much more personality, more of an adorable old man feel. He's awesome. And partnered with Elle, it's really adorable. His relationship with the task force as of right now is really cool too. With Mr. Yagami, I love that too. And Matsuda, oh man, I was laughing so hard when he just kind of like turned around smiling and was like, bang, like, that was good. That was really good. But and the juice, I don't mind the juice thing. I don't mind that he's not doing his L crouch anymore. Those aren't things I didn't mind about him, but it's hard to describe what it kind of irks me about him. It seems, I don't know if I think like the actor knows he's kind of like playing L and he's just kind of like, he knows he's cool and he's like trying to play it off cool, or if in the actual whole character that he is, they're making him much more kind of like cool and stuff like that, which L never really was. He didn't get... I could go on about this forever, but like, basically, I don't know. If someone has any idea, write it in the comments, because I would love to articulate my thoughts on this, but I can't even think of words that make sense. So, on to the next character, Misa Amane. She was introduced really early. She is adorable. I like her a lot. Basically is all I have to say. She seems a lot... She's not playing super dumb right now, which is really cool. Because there was a lot of things where she was like playing really dumb in the anime and manga, but even then not so much. No, I think Misa's just good as she is right now. She just got her Death Note, so she has become the second Kira, so I love to see her kind of like relationship with Light start now. I'm really excited for that, but other than that, Misa is awesome. Like, I like her. Nothing else. On to the next one, Task Force. So, quickly, Chief Yagami, brilliant. I'm loving what they're doing with the Yagami family, with, there are spoilers! It's fair warning. With the mother gone, Sayu and Light's relationship there's a lot more to it, which is really cool. The show best feature right now is they're doing amazing with, like, the relationships right now. Sayu is adorable. She's perfect, like, spot on from, like, the manga, which is really nice. Chief Yagami, awesome. I don't know if this is, like, a valid reason, but he just has, like, an amazing Light Yagami face. Sorry. The other Yagami, the father. Dang it. Not Light. But he has just, like, this awesome, like, stern face with, like, all kind of, like, wrinkles and just hardened, and he looks awesome. I love him. I love his character. Probably, maybe the most. I don't know. I just really like what they're doing with him. Matsuda, I love him too. He's a cutie patootie. Love it. Love him. I love Mogi and Aizawa. I love the kind of, like, different face structures that the actors have. It's, like, it's really cool and just interesting to watch them. And now that they have a girl on the task force, yay! Who I don't know is supposed to be the Naomi character or not. Because they had Ray Pember, who is also awesome. Like, I love the kind of story arc he's with in this show. And yeah, he's awesome. I'm so excited. Well, not anymore. He's gone. Spoilers. But the girl might be kind of like a Naomi-esque character, because we've never had a girl in the task force, so it's going to be a nice change. Yeah, basically. I don't know what she's going to serve yet. And other characters. Light's best friend. They mention him a few times, and I don't really have a strong opinion of him yet, but I'm excited to see more. I do want to see more with him and Light, because I think that could be a really interesting relationship. Mikami was introduced, but not enough for me to form an opinion on him yet. But he looks great, so that's good. Finally, I think if I have all the characters right, yeah, whatever. Finally, Nier. I say that with, like, complete fear and, like, terror in my eyes, and all of you who have seen it know why. Nier and Mello are in it really early again. I don't know what to think of them right now. Besides, like, freaking out in my head, because I'm coming up with, like, crazy exaggerated ideas to try and, like, put the puzzle, like, none of them are logical at all, but I'm like, wow, but this, and whoa, what if Nier's crazy? Why? Like, I know the whole thing with, like, Nier always had, like, his little finger puppets, but yeah, that's all I'm gonna say on that for now. I'm dying to know what that is about. And they're all they're in a church, so I don't know if that's, like, connected to Whammy House or anything. Yeah, on to the final one, which is my opinion. Like, full on just opinion of the show. It is fun. It is fun. That's, like, the best word to describe it. I know there's a lot of people who love it and a lot of people who hate it as of right now. And by a lot of people I mean like the 30 people who've probably seen it and are like scavenging every like Thursday or Wednesday to watch it. It's fun. Yeah, that's the best word to describe it again. For people who haven't seen Death Note, it's really cool. It's a nice story along with it, but I think it's definitely a lot funner for people who have seen Death Note, because this is shown best. No, in all of the episodes I was like freaking out, but like when I was with my friend watching the second episode, there were like moments like where all of our Death Note minds are just like, this is gonna happen right now, and then it switches it up and it's really cool, and then we start freaking out. We're like, oh my god. It's really nice because it's giving me the same feeling as I had when I first watched Death Note, which I missed that feeling so much, and I am so excited for more. This is an absolute blast. Maybe I'll do another review. Maybe it'll be less sloppy as this one, but I just wanted to spiel it out without editing or any stuff like that. And yeah, so that's my Death Note review. I hope you liked it. If you did, clickety-click the like button so I know. And if you got something to say or something to debate, leave it in the comments. And subscribe if you dare. And I will see you whenever. Toodaloo.